Well, my friends, here am I again. This is our first in a series of talks on life, education, and anything else that matters. Today I want to talk about, well, we said life. If someone asked me, define life in one word, what will that word be? And the word is management. Life is management. You can also use that word. Every religion seeks to define life. And therefore, every religion is also about management. I know when I say that, all students of management will go, hooray. But it is the core of life. We have to manage our time. We have to manage our resources. We have to manage our relationships. That's about what it's all about. Managing life, managing time, managing resources, and managing our relationships. Sometimes the most difficult is the first one, managing time. I firmly believe over 90% of people fail at this managing time. And really, it may be the single most important factor that separates those that are very successful from those that are not. The ability to manage time. And I can say this. I have found, and this is one of my sayings I like to quote to my students, that we agonize over yesterday. We worry about tomorrow. And in the meantime, we lose today. And today is all that exists. Yesterday doesn't. Tomorrow is not. But what is today. So fundamentally, when we look at how we mismanage time, I'd like to put it in this capsule. That whilst we worry about tomorrow and we agonize of what could have and should have been yesterday, we lose what the only thing we have in our hands, and that is the present, now, this time. The second factor is resources. We can divide our resources into knowledge and material resources. How do we manage the knowledge that is placed before us, or the knowledge that we have to gather, or the knowledge that we have gathered? And then material resources such as finances, etc. The third factor, relationship. Really, I think this maybe is the second most important of the three. Relationship. Relationship to ourselves. How do we manage our own relationship with ourselves? Relationship with our God, if we so believe. Relationship with our friends, with our family, with our teachers. Generally, managing these relationships is very essential towards success. Mismanaging these relationships can also lead to failure to achieve success. Now, I always say, what's the methodology then that I have to manage these three essentials of life? Time, resources, and relationship. 3 words if someone asks me. Stand management on 3 legs. What are the 3 legs? Listen carefully now. Are you ready? Appropriateness. Number 2, effectiveness. Number 3, efficiency. The 3 legs of management. Now let's talk about each one. Let's start with appropriateness. What do we mean by that? It's important that we are appropriate in the objective that we set ourselves. Very often I've noticed that we will set objectives that are not in synchrony, in agreement with our resources of time, with our resources of relationship, with our resources of family, materials, etc., etc. Pause. Do a quick analysis of yourself. Is your objective appropriate to the resources that you have? I often found that sometimes we let the dreams of others become our dreams. By themselves, they are not wrong. But those dreams are based on the resources of others, resources of relationship and time, etc. So therefore, set your objectives based on your own understanding of your time, your relationships, and your resources. Is my objective appropriate? Second one, effectiveness. When I've set my objective, is my method of using what I have effective? Am I effectively using my time? Am I effectively using my resources and my relationship? I've often found that sometimes this is a point of failure. Effective use of resources. And the third is efficiency. Efficiency. Now, the objective could be appropriate, the method could be effective, but am I efficient in the use of my resources? We all know the story of a hamster on a wheel. His objective is to move. He's trying to run away. Well, he's achieving it. He's moving. Is he effective? No, he's on a wheel. He's going around and around and around and going nowhere. Is he efficiently using his energy? No. So he has a clear-cut objective and he's achieving that. But he's not effective. He's not efficient. There are many people who worship at the altar of busyness. I am busy. That does not mean you are effective or you are efficient. Now, my dear friends, in this short little talk, I want you to, after listening, spend a moment and go through this. What are my time? What time do I have? What resources do I have? And what about my relationships? And am I being appropriate in my objectives? Am I being effective in the use of my resources? And am I being efficient? You know, in physiology, medical physiology, there's a topic that we study for students who are taking the USMLE exam, step 1, muscle physiology. The stretch, the total tension in a muscle is the sum of passive tension and active tension. Passive tension occurs in a muscle when you stretch it. Active tension when you shorten the muscle. And the total tension is then the stretch and the shortening of that muscle. The active performance of this muscle is based on the stretch on the muscle. If I understretch a muscle, the performance falls. If I overstretch a muscle, the performance falls. The point of maximum active performance comes when I have the optimum stretch on the muscle. What do we learn from this? Life is about optimizing.